From the Keithmans and Kaola Studios in Patterson, New Jersey, Green Hour Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, the dark web, the mysteries that surround it. And now your host, JC3.
Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight's episode, as Dad said, we are talking about dark web mysteries, gentlemen. And in the booth that we have, Big Joe, say hello to everybody in, well, the regular web and the dark web.
Hello, everyone, everywhere. How are you?
Mr. West himself is back here. Mr. West, say hello to everyone on the web.
Please don't steal my information.
Okay. We have Izzy in the booth back with us this week. Izzy, say hello to everybody.
All right, everybody grab a pen and paper. Joey's social security number is...
We have the Pope himself.
I'm at the Pope. I
Pope.
don't want the sanction of this place. It's very bad.
Pope Tony is here with us. We have Cito with us next to me. Next to you,
yo,
Cito.
what's up, everybody?
And, okay, calm down. And I'm JC3. So, gentlemen, this week we're talking about dark web. So who wants to start? Because I know we have, as far as dark web stories, first, before we get into the dark web stories, I believe Cito has a little photo for us.
Yes.
Talking about trying to decipher between
Hold on. Before we do anything, I
All
don't
right.
want to cut you off.
All right.
I gotta get this out there because we don't normally do this. But if you're watching us or you're listening to us tonight, this is not an episode for the faint of heart. We're gonna be talking about a lot of evil shit and things that are not by any means something you should Google or look into, because let me put it like this. If you look back at World War II and look at the atrocities of what happened in the concentration camps, what's happening on the dark web is on level to what happened then. It is not easy to hear, it's not easy to witness, and it's not something that anybody who has a brain cell in their head should fuck with. Stay away from these websites. This is for information only. I am not speaking for the other 5 men in this booth, but I'm sure that none of us have ever been to these websites ourselves. I have not. I don't think they have. I advise everyone to stay the fuck away from this place if you value your freedom. Because many of the things that we're going to talk about are illegal, not just in this country, but like there's task force around the world that go after these people who run these sites.
All right. One mistake can cost you the rest of your life.
Exactly. So we don't usually do disclaimers on Is This Real? This episode needs a disclaimer.
It's scary because it's real.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
It is real.
This is not a question, is this real? This is real. And it could cost you everything.
All right.
With that, let's tread lightly.
Okay, so Cito's going to tell us or decipher between what is regular web, deep web, and dark web, because there's 3 different areas. All right, Cito, take it away.
All right. So, basically, everyone knows what surface web is. Your everyday use. Your Bing, Google, Yahoo, Reddit. I love how they put Reddit. Actually, DuckDuckGo would be a deep web.
Yes.
Bing still exists?
That's really strange because I keep hearing commercials for that all the time, and now in the research for this show, that came up quite a few times. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, DuckDuckGo is actually a deep web.
I've never heard of that website.
You never heard of DuckDuckGo?
Well,
What is that,
You
Isn't
live
that
under
a
a
VPN
damn
by
Patrick
itself?
Star. You really
It
are
has
Patrick
it has a
Star.
built-in VPN.
Okay.
So basically, DuckDuckGo it's a VPN. It works as a VPN. It also works as an anti-ad.
And
What is a VPN,
Yeah.
Cito?
Basically, everyone knows that, or hopefully everyone knows that every router has an IP. Your connection to your internet is an IP.
Or to speak on to speak on another level. This is when you are on Xbox or PlayStation, and then you got that one dude that's like, yo, bro, I know your IPN, and then you're just like, oh, nah, you capping, and then he send you a message, and then you see,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's,
he has
that's
your
like that.
address is the same thing.
Says
It's to
your
protect
address
yourself.
online.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
VPNs are basically used to protect yourself from anyone, any hacker or anyone trying to get to you.
Virtual Privacy Network.
Yeah,
don't
That's the
they
abbreviation.
encrypt what's going on, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
But DuckDuckGo is what, a search engine?
It's a search engine. It's
but he's saying it has a built-in VPN, so it can protect that information that you're searching
okay.
up.
yeah, and that
Gotcha,
VPN
gotcha.
also blocks ads. So you know how when you can sit down and Google something and like next thing you know we have an ad for like
Yeah.
vacuums and you look back, that it does that too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Damn government.
So that's the surface web. It's the Google, Reddit, Bing, Yahoo, all that. Deep web is when you're going a little deeper, DuckDuckGo and other websites. They're like your baseline level is like before getting into the really dark stuff, which is the dark web. But the number one is DuckDuckGo. I'm trying to think about any other browser.
Well, I don't know about any other browser, but I know with deep web stuff, it also websites that are active but don't show up in searches.
Yeah.
Are part of the deep web. Like there are thousands.
Oh, so you gotta get like a personal invite. To
exactly.
Go to
there
go
are
to one
millions of
those
websites
Or
out
just
there.
have the URL.
Exactly.
And type it in directly.
Exactly. There are
Yeah.
millions of websites out there that are not listed. But
Yeah.
unless you know the website, you're not going to be able to find it through Google. And there's something else to bring up too. The way Google and Yahoo and Bing all modify their searches is very funny. Like,
Yeah.
because they're all private companies, right? You think like, oh, I'm going to Google something and you're just going to have access to whatever the fuck is out there. That's not true. You're getting searches that what Google feels is the correct thing you should know.
Yeah.
To a degree. I'll give you an example. If you were to Google in how to build a bomb, Google's not going to tell you how to build a bomb. It's going to show you how a bomb works, right? It's like you like on the Science Channel. It's like how they built the atom bomb. They're not teaching you how to mix the right things to
Yeah.
make the bomb happen.
Like an educational thing.
But it's educational. And they'll show you.
Yeah.
They'll say to you like, listen, don't build bombs. It's bad. And they'll show you like this.
But
is
here's how they.
No,
But
no,
here's
but
this
it's
is how they
like,
work,
This is
though.
how a
This is
bomb
how they
works.
work.
Exactly.
The
A
deep
place like
web.
Bing is like step 1, get ammonia. Step 2, grab a bucket. It's very different because the way they have their shit set up is different than the way Google and Yahoo. You know what I mean? Like you have different ways of giving you that same answer how to build a bomb. But what's
we're
the
not
right
telling
answer?
anybody to go build a bomb.
Don't do that.
But the deep web is where you'll actually find how to build a bomb.
Again, don't look
Don't-
that up.
Please.
The
don't.
dark web, yeah, like well,
But wait,
Well,
hold up.
there's a
But
difference
I thought,
between
but I thought
deep
the,
and
But I thought the
dark.
deep web was more like databases and stuff like that. Like,
they're a part of it, yeah.
You telling me there's not instructions on how to build a bomb in a database?
No, I know, but like, okay, what was the book? I think it was called the Anarchist Cookbook. Like that was a book that was
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Years and years-
recipes to make stuff.
exactly. You could find out how to like the correct recipe for like mustard gas or how to build a pipe bomb or
Yeah. Or
something.
like napalm.
and that was a
stuff.
book that was like in Barnes
You
and
know,
Noble.
napalm sticks to kids, right?
It sticks to anybody.
That was a book that was like on the shelves.
Sticks to kids.
And then when it was used, I think it was the Columbine kids who had the copy of it. They
think it
pulled
was.
them off the shelves like this book is banned. And you can still find
Yeah.
copies like on the dark web,
Yeah.
but it's
Right,
not
fine.
something you're going to order off of Amazon.
Well, you can't say dark web because remember, there's a difference between deep
right,
web
right.
and dark web.
Yes, there is.
well, you could
Dark web is
probably
the
find a
like you
PDF
know the
about
more
that thing.
sick and twisted stuff.
Yeah. Dark web, you also need special.
Yeah, you need special
Programs.
programs to get.
But
in the
even
dark
then,
web.
deep web you still need special because mostly a lot of the search engines on the deep web is Tor related.
Yes,
Like
yes.
DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is owned by. Is it owned by Tor? I know they are.
Tor utilizes it.
They utilize it as well. It's like the main Tor.
So it's
search
so it's kind of like their front for their search engine.
Yeah, but
essentially.
even Tor, they have their own search engine. Like there's the Onion browser.
What's Tor?
Tor is the program that
Yeah.
you need to download in order to access the dark web. And
Don't do this.
from
Is
what
that the only one? One or are
I
there
think
more?
it's
I'm pretty
the
sure-
biggest one, but I don't
It's
know if
it's
there's
the most
any-
secure.
It's a gateway, basically.
It's
and then
it's like saying
You're
like
in.
you can have like your regular someone made it, right? But would you rather trust like some guy alone that made it, or would you rather trust a group of people who have specialty and
Nah.
knowledge? It's like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Law enforcement, are they have special tasks?
Law enforcement knows how to get. Law enforcement knows at least how to get into the gateway of it. But then
Prob-
like
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of a lot of those websites, they'll get taken down like almost
F-
immediately,
yeah, FBI so the FBI is on
because
it.
They are.
because the person hosting that website is taking a huge gamble based on what they're showing you and wants to
Yeah.
see how
So
much
there's
attention
no-
they're gonna get into
there's
it
no
before
hiding.
before something goes down.
There is hiding the way the Tor network is set up.
Yeah.
And from what I've read and what I understand of it is some guy puts out, creates a website. Say it's a website that's selling illegal drugs. But his IP is routed, like he's in like Milwaukee. his IP gets routed to China. But for when you track that IP to China, you realize that IP that's pinging in China is actually being masked from an IP in Amsterdam, which is also being masked from an IP in Mexico, and then so on and so forth.
But that would be the VPN, though, right? That would be.
So you have these encrypted IPs that are linked to another computer, another server from another. So if you're the FBI,
it bounces like a relay.
Exactly. When you're the FBI, and you're like, I found this guy who's hosting this website. He's in Mexico. Turns out he's actually in China. Turns out he's actually in Amsterdam.
Hold on. Perfect example. And I'll explain. Do you remember? Basically, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
The one with Timothy
the one with Bruce Willis.
The one with Timothy Oliphant.
Yes,
He was bouncing his. They couldn't get a track on him. If you remember one part, because he was bouncing. He was basically using one of these networks.
Yeah.
He's bouncing his IP from place to place to place. It's hard for the FBI or law enforcement in general to
Interpol
crack it, essentially, and then once it's cracked, you have to narrow it down from where it's bouncing to.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thousands of users have logged onto that site, contributed, bought, money's been exchanged, and the illegal activity has happened.
Yeah.
And when one gets taken down, another one pops up.
Yeah. They literally see it happening, but no idea who's responsible for it. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that people haven't been arrested. I have some stuff that we'll talk about later on in the program where people have been arrested, and they'll never see the light of day again, thank God. But
yes, so we will get into the program. I know I have a couple stories. I have a couple short stories actually, really creepy short stories. I know Anthony, you have a couple things on here too.
You have creepy, I have evil.
I have some creepy websites too.
I have
really
disturbing
sick shit.
I have more like things that'll give you
Disturbing,
paranoia.
All right. So what we'll do here is we'll take a short little break, and then when we get back, we'll start with these stories, and we'll bounce off each other and see where we go. So we will be right back. This is JC3 speaking. If you want to know more about Is This Real podcast and our parent company, Green Hour Media, then visit greenhourmedia.org. You can find and follow all of our social media pages through our website. If you love our content, then you can support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Patreon page. Remember, that is greenhourmedia.org. Welcome back, everybody, and we are talking about dark web mysteries. Now, we laid the basis of what the dark web is in our previous segment. Now, let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about some creepy, disturbing shit, because we're all creepy, disturbing individuals.
Oh boy!
Led by that motherfucker right there.
Guilty.
I didn't do it.
All right, so
Trial.
I'm going to start off. This one is called, it's from Reddit user Fake Fakington. And it's called
Reddit.
We could trust him. We trust him.
I love Reddit.
All right, and
amazing.
it's the story is called They See Us.
Pretty sure.
All right, so this was back before Google. Web pages were, for the most part, still very basic HTML with JavaScript. Hardly anyone used CSS. Only discussion boards and some banking sites had anything approaching mature front-end, back-end combinations, etc. Early net, real deep web story, just not just one about illicit activities online. So he was browsing random blogs, GeoCity sites, and the like, just going from one link to a link. Eventually, I came upon an odd page. It appeared to be random thoughts from different people, but for the time, it was very well designed. The messages seemed to be cryptic in nature, like several people trying to pass secret notes. I started through the source, and hidden in the comments of a JavaScript were various IP addresses. So he gathered all the IP addresses in a text file and began enumerating. Some were routers with banner messages I could telnet to almost all universities. Warning, this is a secure system at University of blah blah. The default Cisco credentials from back in the day worked on most of them, but he didn't poke around. A few of the IPs were web servers from little to nothing on most of them, mostly Apache and Linux or some BSD. At least one IIS server he can recall. He finally came upon a web server with a huge directory of HTML files and TIFF images, with a few smaller subdirectories containing the same. Ends lookup returned to reverse records for the IP. A visual route traced it as far as Colorado. The HTML files appeared to be records a psychologist or similar mental health professional would keep. The images were faxes, apparently both military and medical of nature. As he browsed from subdirectory back to the parent, at the top was a new HTML file named something like one hello there HTML. The timestamp from right that minute. I opened it and in plain text was a message, "We see you." No quotes, all lowercase. About 15 seconds later, the server dropped.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I mean, it basically says someone was live browsing a website, and someone caught him, and in order to get off my website, they dropped another link said, "I see you on my website. Back the fuck up," which is not uncommon. The darknet's full of that shit. Like, people have been on darknet chat rooms fucking around, and all of a sudden they'll see their own picture come up on the screen, or a picture of their house, and be like, "Hey, stop being a dick. We know where you live." You don't fuck with people like that.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. All right,
That's
so
why you just avoid it at all costs.
Exactly.
all right, so who wants to take the next story?
I'll take the next one.
All right, Dad.
There's a lot of lists out here with crazy stuff on them that you have, going on the dark web or deep web, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, I got a list of 15. I'm going to read one just now. There's a website out there called Final Words. Okay, and as soon as I get my glasses on, I can. Okay. The deep web features a website in which you can listen to the last communications on flights that are destined to crash.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
These audio files are from passengers calling their loved ones and telling them the devastating news. It's disturbing to know people search for these clips of people right before they die. The website offers transcripts if you can't stomach listening to the actual calls. They also have one of the most infamous calls before a plane crash, the Flight 93 that took place on 9/11. The transcript and some audio files are available during this terrifying event in America's history. It's strange to think how a website like this could obtain these files, but on second thought, it's really best left a mystery. So, I mean, you can actually hear people that are destined to die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like sick shit.
It is sick, but
But yeah, the guarantee it's going to garner an audience.
oh, it will. I mean,
Yeah.
There's an audience for everything.
there's a reason why something like Rotten.com exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For those of you playing the home game, Rotten.com is a website that features autopsy photos, suicides, basically anytime someone died, crime scene photos, stuff like that.
I keep hearing George Carlin in my head.
Which bit?
In this sick fucking country?
Oh, in this sick fucking country, everything works. There's an audience for everything, and it's that dark part. It's that very dark part of our psyche, the part that puts us in touch with the idea that, hey, it's all on our to-do list. Eventually, we're gonna bite the big bazooka. We don't think about that every day.
Faces of Death. Look at that.
Exactly, Faces of Death, same thing. It's these websites that put us in tune with that fact that, oh yeah, I gotta do that eventually. Something that we don't want to face at all.
That shit humbles the fuck out of you. Real
It
quick.
does, and people can't stomach that level of reality.
Yeah.
So fuck that noise. I don't want to hear that stuff. Like, I don't know if it's on that website, but I've heard rumors that there is an audio file of the last moments of the Challenger. After it blew up, the head of the ship where the astronauts were, kept going because the ship blew up behind them. And it's a minute something long, and you can hear them praying and crying and trying to figure something out before it crashed into the ocean. I don't know how true this audio clip is, but I've read descriptions of it. So if it does exist, then it's the last known audio file that the Challenger recorded before, they all died.
And the Challenger was a space.
1986. It was a space shuttle that was going to.
That's the one where the 9 astronauts died, right?
Yes, there was 9 astronauts. One of them wasn't really an astronaut; she was a teacher. Christy McAuliffe.
There was a lady on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And the latest fucking bullshit conspiracy theory out there, I don't give a fuck, I'll call it bullshit, is that nobody was on the Challenger, and all 9 of them were placed in different places around the country, and they're all alive today because there are people who share the same name. 2 of the astronauts had twin brothers, and the rest of them just happen to be people in that field. Like, one guy teaches engineering, and he was the head engineer on the Challenger. They found someone with the exact same name and looks similar, so it must be the same guy. One guy owns a company whose logo looks like a space, like clouds in the number 6, which is kind of what the Space Challenger looked like.
Different episode.
I understand. It's a conspiracy theory. I get it. I get it.
To dark web mysteries.
Someone got a little excited.
It pisses me off. It just pisses me off.
I understand. There's a lot of things that piss you off. I get it.
He's about to blow his top.
All right.
I'm about to blow up like the Challenger did. I'm very angry at.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Don't say too soon. It was 36 fucking years ago. Too soon.
In South Park time, that's okay to grieve.
Yeah.
That motherfucker said, "No, it's not funny after 20 something years." So it's way.
That's no.
Okay. Next up, anyone else going next?
No, I mean, Wes, do you have a story?
I know I was a young boy, and I was a very curious young boy, and I know that I definitely stumbled across shit that I wasn't supposed to. So that's why when you said earlier I was to speak for these guys, nah, you can't, homie, you can't.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm the same. I'm at the same point of West.
I've stumbled across really again, this was years ago when I was like 8, and then I think I terrified the shit out of myself after realizing what I've done or what I was on. I was like, fuck. Like, yo, I think I just put my whole family in danger. Fuck. But
that's my classmate.
But the worst thing that traumatized me till this day was I remember seeing, it was like a cartel execution video where, what was it? It was three guys, and then they had 4 people just roped up, and then you literally hear a chainsaw go off, bram, 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 and then the first 3 just get their heads right off, and then the last guy got hit with a knife, and he got his head literally sliced off with a knife in the most brutal thing ever. I was like, and I was a kid. I know I wasn't no more than 10, 11 years old when I saw some shit like this.
He was scarred. My God.
So, yeah. That's my dark web story. Or deep web, whatever the fuck I stumbled across. I know I don't think I used Tor. No, I did. I did use Tor.
It's been around for a while.
I did use Tor. I did use fuck, man.
Jeez.
Is he?
Just like the videos he's talking about, there's a website out there. Actually, I just finished looking at it. Yeah, USA.
No, don't say the website.
He was saying websites too. Anyway, usacrime.com.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. You go on. I punched in the website and I looked at it. Brazilian man chops his own scalp off, and there's a video of it. And it's like you go down that list.
Wait, he's Brazilian. How's that USA crime?
No, it's an international crime,
oh,
but
okay,
that's just the title they got for it.
That was false advertising.
They got like live car accidents. One of them was lady jumps off a building, whatever it is, freak accidents, execution videos. One of them was somebody killed some neighbor's dog. It's all on video.
Ooh.
Like you're seeing it first person or, somebody else is recording it. And it's like you're right there, you know? and you take a gander at night, and that fucking website is like you won't sleep for the rest of the night.
Yeah, fuck that.
Until it finally just escapes your mind. But it's some brutal, and that's just a website you could just punch in right now.
It's scary because it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's real. You're watching. As soon as you hit the title, it goes straight to a video.
Like I can
and
watch.
then you're watching it.
I could watch the goriest movie on the planet. Cannibal Holocaust is nothing. Saw, Tokyo Gore Police doesn't bother me at all.
What?
Yeah, because
You
you know that there was an act. It was
But
an
you
active.
put on Faces of Death, and I feel uncomfortable. Like it's hard for me to watch that sort of shit.
You want to play a game?
Although the weird thing for me, at least, the flip side is when it comes to mobster executions, I could be eating cereal and be like, oh my god, there's Albert Anastasia. Like, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like, I have a picture on my phone. I forget who it was. There was a mobster who died with an ace of spades in his hand, and there's just blood. And it's like a close-up of him holding that card. You know he's dead. And I'm just like, that's a fucking badass wallpaper for my phone.
I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't bother me
I
at all.
saw a similar photo of that back in like it was definitely this was when the cop cars in New York were still blue. I remember seeing a photo of some guy literally just going in and blasting at the police car right there. You see the puff of you see the muzzle flash and the smoke go off, and you see you can see like shattering glass. So it's just like, yo, that's crazy.
I can listen to the fucking Robert Kuklinski, the Iceman. He did 3 interviews on HBO just talking about all the murders he did in graphic detail.
The Iceman, that's the guy that works for the Irish mob?
No, he just works for... It was New York mob in the 80s. I can listen and watch that documentary like it's nothing. Doesn't bother me. It's
Killed
fascinating.
him with the ice pick, right?
Yeah, no, anything. Like, he was popping people with fucking syringes full of, like, rat poison. He left a dude in a drum. He's like, oh yeah, I put the gun under his chin and I blew his fucking brains out. Like, he is graphic, and that does not bother me at all. But you put on a video of a guy, I can't watch something like Saddam Hussein's getting executed when they executed him.
Dude, that thing was broadcasted on live TV.
No, I know that.
Shit was,
I remember seeing that.
I understand that, but like the second they go to pull the thing and he's gonna fall, I immediately go. I look away. I don't want to see it.
Not only that, but like, dude, it's crazy. So, like, this shit is clear as day right now. The second they were gonna drop him, that's when they started like doing all the strobe lights, so you don't actually see him.
I don't want to watch it.
But you see, but literally like.
But that shit wasn't even that bad. Like,
no, that wasn't that.
The shit that's on these websites is like.
Oh, I know.
Gang war murders, like executions.
Executions in the Middle East, not beheadings. There's one video. It's a series of pictures, and I stopped halfway through because I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't see this shit. It was about. Well, there were maybe 10 guys, and they were all accused of being homosexual, which is illegal in those countries. They were loaded into a cage, and the cage was dropped via crane slowly into a pool of water. And the last picture before it's fully submerged is all of them holding onto the bars, getting that last breath, screaming for help. Like, I know they're screaming. It's a picture. Yeah. But that's the last image, is just them holding onto the bars as they're being submerged. After that, like, I couldn't see the picture of them being pulled out. Because, they just held them underwater for like 15 minutes and like, go get lunch. By the time you get back, we'll pull them out.
We're not going to make jokes about this.
I'm not. I need to. My point
it's
is,
just coping mechanism.
They played the bubble game.
It is.
That's my bubble game. That's what they do there.
Okay. We're going to take a short little break. And when we get back from break, I know Cito and Anthony, they both have a story.
Oh, it's getting even worse, believe me.
Yes,
Oh,
and then
yes.
I have a couple more stories I want to get to also. So we'll be right back with more dark web mystery stories.
If you liked this video today, please click the like and subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification icon to keep up with all our videos.
And welcome back to whatever the fuck this is.
I thought we were ADHD in a podcast.
This is an ADHD in a podcast.
Yeah, we're kind of on point tonight.
Yeah, this is an
we haven't
ADHD in a
even scrolled
podcast.
that. We haven't even like rolled that far from like.
No, this is more of, we know that's fucked up. We're gonna just keep talking about it.
We're uncomfortable as fuck in here, but y'all are too. So because y'all listening this far, so Fuck
This
it.
is definitely our darkest episode.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely have some fun episodes coming up as far as
Dark
Halloween
web for
stuff.
the dark web. For
But
the
dark
races.
web, and I think that the unsolved murder mysteries and the dark web will probably be our 2 darkest episodes that we ever do.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Unsolved murder mysteries.
Thank my Sarah. She's the one who turned me on to that.
Thank you, Sarah.
So,
Shout out to Sarah.
you know what? Which one is the longer story between you?
I have like couples, so
Yeah, and I'm the one. I mean, the one I can go into because I have it here. The other one's pure memory because it's something that I'll just go. You know,
It was like a
yeah,
personal
we could just go
experience.
back
it was,
and forth.
Yeah. The one
Right.
that I have, it wasn't even from. I wasn't on the dark web. I was on 4chan, which is like dark web light.
It's the demo version.
It really is. I mean,
Diet
free
dark
trial.
web.
4chan is an image board, right? You basically go there, you can put pictures, and they have categories. There's like 40 or 50 pages on 4chan, and everyone's dedicated to something else. Comics, movies, then you get the more adult stuff. But there's one in particular called B, and it's the random board. There's no rules there. It's heavily monitored because every once in a while someone throws up pictures of children being molested, and there's also people who I know there's also things about
Yeah.
people executed, and then there's like, hey, I'm trying to lose weight. What can I do? Like, it is literally random.
It's like playing Russian
It goes from
roulette.
Hello Kitty to Hello Kitty.
Yeah. So I clicked on one
go.
years ago. This story just sticks with me.
That was good.
And it was like dark web stories. And I'm looking through and I'm like, okay, this person, like, someone was executed. They made her dig her own grave in the snow type shit. I'm like, all right, that's terrible. This one fucked me up. There's a story of a doctor somewhere in Eastern Europe. And he has a website on the dark web. Now, again, I never saw this. It could be pure bullshit. But just the
This is
level,
just something. It's
the
just
level
something-
of detail to me seems too good to be fake.
Okay.
So this guy said he was on this website where this doctor in Eastern Europe advertised a complete sex slave in the form of a woman who was brought to women, not just a. He has like, fucking Amazon.com, 18 different versions of it type shit. Women that are kidnapped and brought to him. He pays the kidnapper a certain fee. When he gets them, chemically, he neuters them, whatever the fuck. Makes them infertile, can't have kids.
So they sterilized.
Sterilizes them, thank you.
Sterilized,
Chemically sterilizes these women. Surgically removes their arms, limbs, and chemically blinds them. And removes their tongue. And then sells them to people, men, who want just a living sex doll. And he even provides a nutritional fruit and vegetable smoothie recipe that you would feed your sex doll on a day-to-day basis to keep it alive. They can't run, they can't scream, they can't see, they can't do anything except experience. What the fuck?
Sorry about that.
I hate you.
That was the time to
I love how
introduce
that
our
just
sponsor.
threw everything off into such a
Old
brighter
Spice.
Thank you.
The
I kind
atmosphere.
of want this to be a blooper, but I know we're not going to do that.
No.
The atmosphere was just changed dramatically. That was crazy.
He's here talking about live sex dolls. And he's trying to break the
Oh.
tension.
Sorry about that. Phones off.
Point is, I don't know how
It
real
was
this is.
it was something that's
But
yeah,
the
that's definitely
idea
something.
of someone's entire life being taken from them and you're still being forced to be alive for that one use and one use only,
and get
is
raped
so
every single
horrific.
time, bro. That's crazy.
it is so horrific. And I'm like, there's not a fucking person on this planet whose imagination is that good. Stephen King's worst nightmare isn't something like that. That's why I believe it's true. Because I don't think anybody would just draw up that story for shock value.
I don't know. I'm calling cap on it.
This is not the ghost episode.
Okay.
No.
The tape fell off of
Yeah,
the...
Uncle Keith said enough. He yanked it down.
The tape fell off, Eric. Calm down.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I
we
feel
talking
like
some real dark shit, and then something just fall right behind me. I don't see it. I just hear it. I'm like,
yeah, I saw it come down.
You know what? I could genuinely say I believe Anthony.
Is
probably
that
something
the
real.
reason
that's
why I
def-
don't
that's
believe
definitely-
it
that
is
definitely was something
because
that, like,
you
you
don't.
can't fake something like that.
You will see that pop up in the news, like.
If he's caught.
If he's caught, he's never caught.
But
But there's a reason why I say that, because I heard a similar story.
But if he's selling them or he's giving them away or whatever he's doing, but he's obviously done this more than once. You
He's a
know,
prize package.
for him to have a nutrition, it comes with how to feed it, this and that.
Well, the
He's
guy's
obviously has a structure to this, you know,
Well, you
so
gotta
it's
have a good
organized.
business- You have to have a good business model.
So these things don't last forever. Obviously, they
See,
They're
You mean these
people.
people?
They're people.
exactly.
I mean,
but after that,
See,
I don't know
I-
about
I
that.
mean, they're
Well,
nuggets.
oh no,
Hold on, hold on,
like
wait,
in the
wait.
sense of just like this man died, and this is this man's operation or something like that. So like if this doctor dies, then that whole thing
No, it's just
falls
like
apart.
resurfacing. If he's saying, "Look,
They're not brain
I'll
dead.
sell you this live sex doll," you know, the thing dies.
Yeah, but like
or it, you know, the news gets a hold of it. Like you don't see this pop up in the news, you know. But
See,
then
that's the
again, this
thing.
is this guy's operation. But then again, you don't see that in real
Yeah.
life.
Isaiah,
You would hear
Isaiah,
about it.
Isaiah, you gotta realize one thing. This guy is
People
shady.
like-
He works under the dark web.
It's not about him. It's about the people that are getting caught. You know,
oh,
like
the people
that's the thing,
involved,
people
the
won't
people
get
involved
caught.
in this scheme.
yeah, the people that he's saying that he's selling them.
Yeah.
So the people that are buying them.
Eventually,
you know?
someone would get caught.
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
then now your business is going out. You can't control what they do, you know? So if they get caught, then your operation is
At risk.
exposed.
Yeah, but I don't think he has like a made in Kazakhstan like stamp on the bottom of like, you know what I mean? It's not like he's putting a
Yeah, but if
signature tag
he's
to it.
if he
You gotta
has
understand-
this
and you gotta-
operation,
and
then
you gotta,
things
like,
could get traced
know-
back.
Isaiah,
But
Isaiah,
still, you
gotta
would see
understand
that
one
on the
major thing.
news.
You gotta understand one major thing. These aren't just, Tony, Joey, you, me. These are people who. The way you looked at me. These are
I hope it's
people.
not him.
These are people who are operating just like him. People who are just as sick like him. People who know how to hide.
Yeah, that's true too. Like,
It's not like he just delivers them in a box.
Yeah,
no,
like-
it's personal
Well, no,
pickups.
I hear you.
Yeah,
Like-
if
And I'm pretty
you
sure
know,
it's something that doesn't happen like on an everyday
random
basis.
random
Yeah.
Joe Schmo is not going to sit there like I'm not going to go buy a living sex doll like that. You know what I mean? Like these people know that this is highly illegal,
yeah.
like completely and utterly illegal, morally, criminally.
I just feel like something like this will surface.
I mean, besides, have you seen like?
Imagine we break that ice.
And I can imagine somebody thinking about this sick twist of thought and then putting it on the
I
internet.
mean, it is cheaper just to buy like a real a sex doll. Like, have you seen them? They're like breakthrough. They're almost real at this point.
yeah, I know.
I don't.
They
don't-
went from
don't-
balloon. They went from like.
They went from like they went from like just like you have to blow it up and
Well,
get a
Anthony
headache
has a bunch of
halfway
pocket
through and,
pussies, so
like fuck it,
believe
I'm
that.
just gonna
I
fold
would
the
really
arms
believe
over
that.
and
he
fuck
has
the
an
bubble.
entire box full of pocket pussies.
That's none of your business.
Anywho,
But there's also another reason.
When I go to the conventions, I need them to sign something.
Yeah, can we please carry on?
all right.
Cito, you have something,
They're
please?
like Pringles. You can't stop it.
You! Stop it!
Cito, please go.
I've been
Okay.
shunned by Cito.
Okay, before I go on to my thing, because I have 2 or 3 things, and I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah.
All right. There's another reason why. It's because I heard this thing about a guy named the Doll Maker.
Mm.
Same concept of he will kidnap girls and make dolls out of them.
So there's this. So that at this
That
point,
sounds
this kind
like
of sounds like an internet horror story.
Yeah, it
This-
sounds like a good like FBI movie. You know what I mean? Like the doll maker.
You know, you're not wrong. But
Yeah,
Like,
it's very
Anthony,
Silence of the Lambs.
Get to the script.
Very Silence of the Lambs.
Starring Anthony.
I could see you in like a trench coat, not a trench coat,
Like an apron.
in an apron with the rubber gloves on.
Oh, I thought you was gonna play the cop.
No.
No.
I thought he was
I
gonna play
have to be the serial molester killer.
irony.
not the FBI agent. You got to be the one making them.
Whoa,
I don't
wait,
even have to act
wait,
at that point.
wait,
I'll be the FBI agent.
Hold on,
I'm
ready?
I'm coming for you, my nigga.
Ready? The FBI agent is the murderer. Woo, twist.
Shut up. Why you had to ruin the movie like that?
Anywho,
Okay.
Cito.
The
Damn.
doll maker and the lunch maker.
Thought you was gonna get praised for that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Love you,
I'm
my
going
nigga.
on to the first thing I want to talk about is the dark web chat rooms. Now, everyone's probably heard of a chat room before.
Sure.
You know, that you talk to random strangers and all that. But I couldn't find it, but someone posted a rule set of the rules of a chat room. And like these aren't like official like rules, like you talk about anything, let's be honest. But as you go down, it gets slowly more and more disturbing. Like the first one is like, don't reveal your name, don't reveal any type of identification. You know, the obvious, you're on the dark web, you don't want to find out that stuff. It's like, you know, anything that might find you, don't reveal. Don't reveal anything about your location, your family, or anything. Try to keep anything personal away. But as you go down, I think it's like because of like first 3 or 4, like, you know, the basics of a chat room, like, hey, watch yourself. But then it starts getting slowly creepier and creepier. It's like, if you, someone says your name in a chat room, leave right away. Unplug your router and leave. Get out of, leave that chat room immediately. But then it goes one step further as the next one. If you hear a knock at your door and you're in the middle of the night, wait 5 minutes and open the door.
Why 5 minutes? What's the significance?
Why the fuck am I opening up the door?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, because it's supposed to... I think the idea is wait 5 minutes, you won't get kidnapped right away. And if you wait 5 minutes, they know you're home. So it's like... it's the idea of, you know, someone's out there going to do something towards you, but you're checking it out and making sure it's like, I know you're there.
Yeah, it's your way
Psychological
of saying,
warfare.
warfare. It's like, I know you're there, and I don't have to answer this door, and they'll fuck off. Because
Yeah.
at that point, they know that you're hip to what they're doing. It's very similar to like human trafficking shit. Like there's videos on TikTok right now, but like if it goes for women because that's who's mostly being
It's the
kidnapped.
biggest target.
Yeah, no one's gonna try to kidnap. Like
Yeah,
me
we're
or
too
Anthony.
fat to kidnap. It's one of the perks, but like one of
Heavy
the things-
cargo.
See, you know what the fucked up part? We'll say that now, and some dumbass will try it on.
It's like, it'll be like, well,
That's a
well,
challenge.
Well, you know what? There's
Get the
always
U-Haul.
there's always something.
Bring it
for
out the
someone, you know,
forklift.
If he's forklift certified, I'm like, bro,
Forklift certified.
I'll
No,
walk
not-
onto the
not
U-Haul.
the
Like, you
forklift.
got it.
Not the forklift certified.
No, but like the things like if a woman's going out to her car after shopping,
They notice
and
like a
there's like
napkin
there's a napkin under her windshield
or on the antenna
or on the antenna. She has
or
to get
on
out
the
of the car to
or on the door handle
exactly. It's like she has to go out of her car to go take that off, and while she's doing it, someone's gonna grab her and throw her in a van. Like there's things like there's plenty of TikToks right now. Like,
That
hey,
shit terrifies me.
it's like, hey, if you're walking to your car, ladies, and you see this, go back inside and ask a store clerk for help. One woman said that that's exactly what happened. She walked to her door, saw a handkerchief tied to her car door, and sitting right next to her car was a van that was parked a little bit too close to her car.
Yeah.
She went back inside, got a store clerk, came back outside, and as she was putting stuff into her car and removed the handkerchief, the van drove away. So it is like, you know, tips 101 not to get kidnapped.
Yeah.
These are real things.
Yeah.
This happens. Like human trafficking is very fucking real and evil and dangerous.
Yeah, it gets worse because
There's that
direct.
there's that uncomfortability again.
Yeah, it gets worse because after one knock, they say if you hear 3 knocks at your door, run as fast as you can. Get out the house.
They're coming for your ass.
That's their signal of saying I'm here and I'm here for you. And then there's one last I can't remember, but if someone says this exact wording, just pray.
All right.
You're already almost gone.
Yeah.
I say, so I go one better. You know what? I'm going to get myself my permit, and I'm going to have my fucking gun on my hip. You want to knock on the door? I'm going to put one right fucking through the peephole. No problem.
That
Meanwhile,
poor
the-
pizza boy.
You want to stop this shit? Let's start capping somebody's ass. It's very simple.
It's
my
like,
God.
oh, man.
Keep that
He's
pork
lying there
Uber
putting
ass
up-
cheese.
Yo,
Are you
you know
getting
what it
paid
sounds
for
like?
this?
It sounds like y'all gonna have to move somewhere down south or something.
Oh, it's
How
actually
about
more
that?
popular in the South because of
Oh,
housing.
really?
Oh yeah.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
it's
I mean,
rural.
Goes to
yeah.
Savannah. Now what are we going to do?
Yeah, like it's more rural. There's more space in between houses.
You can't go
stuff
down
like
south
that.
right now. Most of it's underwater, so
That's just Florida.
Dude, no.
Too soon.
I mean,
That's
now
it's
crazy.
still happening. How soon? I can't get any sooner.
Well, technically, you're like
when
how
this
many-
goes up, it would be technically too soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Disneyland has a new water park. No, that's just Disneyland.
all right. Okay,
Write
so
that
good
down.
luck to
Write
the
that down.
Good luck to the people out there.
yes, we pray for you guys.
Yes, we pray
even
for
though
you.
by the time this goes up,
Ignore
everything
him.
will be over.
I don't
Ignore
want
Anthony.
anyone dying, but you guys are getting your ass handed by Hurricane Ian.
Not
like-
Ian.
It's like,
Okay. Again, 2 weeks later. This is going up 2 weeks later.
all right, your asses got handed to you by Hurricane Ian.
Anywho,
Should have gave it a beefier name.
I'll do one short one
Chad.
real quick, very short. Okay,
Sorry.
I'm gonna do one short one really quickly, and then
Alright,
Anthony, you can talk about yours.
Yeah, I'll talk
So,
about that 'cause-
This is on the
Worse.
dark web. It's called Do-It-Yourself Surgeon.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
So sometimes you can find the everyday things on the dark web, but what makes it illicit is how you market it. Take this very gross example of something for sale on Silk Road.
Oh, I know the Silk Road.
Do-it-yourself vasectomy kit on SR.
I got that on my fucking screen right now.
It was kind of
I have that in my Amazon cart.
I'm trying to find the ordering instructions.
it was a kit of weird dentist tool looking hooks and sub tooth thing. $20.
$20. What a bargain.
$20?
What's the shipping like?
No shipping.
Dangerous.
They
Now
got,
they bring me the vasectomy kit.
they got Prime.
They have.
It's on Prime.
All right.
No, it's true
hold on.
though.
I do want to get to one more real quick.
Go
and,
ahead.
It's called a digital zoo.
Meep.
Sometimes you may need something specific and you have nowhere else to turn. If that's the case, watch out for the steep price tag. This Redditor explains. A few years ago, I went searching for a rhino horn for a story. One guy said he had a couple of whole horns he'd sell for 6 figures. He had to pass.
Yeah, that's true though. Like,
Yeah.
the dark web is not just for it's not just for child molesters. No, it's also for like drugs or
Arms.
definitely guns, assassination,
Hitmans, assassinations, hackers,
all
fake
of it.
credit cards,
Yeah.
Credit card
stealing
fraud.
information.
But like, yeah, just like this guy's got fucking rhino horns. Like that's an endangered species, and he's got them
They
like
were.
yeah.
I thought they were extinct now.
No, they're not
No,
No,
extinct.
the white rhino.
The white rhinos,
The
yeah.
white rhino, yeah.
The one who always ordered the Chardonnay with the caviar. They're dead. They're gone. But like, the other rhinos, the ones that ordered the Ripple, they're still alive and well.
No.
They're I didn't say anything wrong. Yeah, but like fucking rhino horns. Like you can't have that. Like there are certain animals that are on the endangered species, and it's like, no, we got it. You want some eagle? We have bald eagle here. It's like you can't sell that shit.
You
they're
can't
just
sell
like-
eagle?
Huh?
You
It's
can't
America's
sell bald
symbol.
eagle?
No, you can't sell bald eagle.
Pretty sure
Wait,
there's elephant
hold on,
tusks, too.
like, can you sell like a bald eagle that's living?
No, you can't sell it at all.
Just go to Alaska for that shit.
Why
What?
Alaska?
There's a lot of bald eagles in Alaska.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah.
That sounds
I
like
mean,
a sex thing. I don't know
There's
why.
one over in Van Soon Park, right around, right over in where the fuck?
I didn't know they were like illegal to sell. You can't like own one as a pet.
No.
Why would you want to own something? Do you hear yourself? You want?
Although
do
the
you
one
want
in
the,
Van-
First of
do you
all,
want the bear?
hold
Do
on,
you
hold
want
on.
the bear?
No.
Well, bears are big ass dogs
But
too.
my question for
are.
you is, how awesome would it be to own the symbol of America?
It's actually a red hawk.
I don't think they
No,
want to
no.
be your pet, though.
No, they're not friendly, Joe.
Yeah.
Although the one in Van Soon Park, they clip its wings, which is just some, like it's a bird.
How do you clip?
So you're
wings?
gonna-
Like,
They take like so on birds. I understand different podcasts, but on birds they have these certain feathers that help it fly, called flight feathers or something similar. If you clip those, the fucker can't fly.
Yeah.
So they just like
So you're
shave
telling
them
me,
down.
they clip the wings, they clip the freedom of America's symbol.
They do.
They do. There's liberty. Never mind.
The
Oh
irony
my
in
God.
that.
They
Oh
turn them into a
my
rat
God.
with a beak.
The fucking symbol of freedom.
This
isn't
is
free.
America.
Okay.
I
Anthony,
think the idea was like it's old.
Turn them into the
Let's not
symbol
let
of
it go
Ohio.
flying around. Just let it
so what is this digital zoo? So that's just buying
buying rare animals.
Yeah, animals. I'm pretty sure you can buy elephant
and
tusks, stuff
endangered
like that.
animals
The
and
weird.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Rhino horns are a big market, and a lot of these, like PETA stuff like that,
Mhm.
they try to get these.
fuck PETA.
Whoa.
No. If you dig into PETA, they're a criminal organization.
Yeah. Anyways,
are.
but they try to. We're gonna start going into another podcast. They try to explain to these they call them poachers, yeah, that it's just a rhino horn is just made up of like the same stuff your fingernails are.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they call it. Starts
Calcium?
with a K.
Keratin.
Keratin, right? That's all a rhino horn is just that. It's like eating your nails. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah, but there's
So-
certain
so-
it's one thing that
So you trying
there are
so you trying to
properties
tell
of
me-
it that people believe, like some
Yeah,
people think
like
it's
you
an
get a bigger
aphrodisiac.
dick or some shit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, okay.
I
you
have
turn into the
rhino.
Incredible
So-
Hulk after you take a sip of this shit.
So, next story, please.
The last thing that I have that I came prepared with is something that it's just something that made international headlines, and it's called Daisy's Destruction. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. If you want to research Daisy's Destruction, do it at your own risk. There's a guy from Australia who is now serving life sentence in the Philippines, him and his fucking girlfriend, named Peter Scully, who ran, produced, and distributed child pornography and torture videos. And the one he had several websites that featured a lot of the stuff he produced, but the biggest one he produced was something called Daisy's Destruction, where it was 3 children from the Philippines that he raped on camera, and he actually put out for pay-per-view on a couple of different websites.
Pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, it's that old.
Jeez.
One of the children, her name was Cindy, I believe. He had tortured her, raped her, and then made her dig her own grave and then strangled her on the video.
Jeez.
He was arrested. There's about 5 other people who were also arrested who helped ran his various websites and kidnappers and shit. And he's serving he's serving life in the Philippines in prison. Him and his girlfriend. He's writing a tell-all book, which I don't think is going to be on the bestsellers list.
I don't think they're gonna. they're gonna let him publish that thing.
I'll
at
be
all.
honest.
There
I
are-
wouldn't be surprised if it is on the bestsellers list.
There is amazing things when it comes to the victims. Like a lot of these children, especially videos that were made 20 years ago, they're all adults now. And
Oh,
they're-
so they weren't murdered after.
no. Well, this one was. Her name was Cindy, but there's the other 2 lived. And there's amazing laws that have been passed now. I forget her name. But she was a child who was abused in the United States, and I think her name was Vicky Freeman, something like that. And her father I think he went to prison. I think he was killed in prison. Thank God. But they passed a law that if somebody has that video like he put out a bunch of videos when she was like 9, if you're caught in possession of that, not only are you going to go to jail and all that, rightfully so, the law states that she has the right to sue you for that video as well. So it's anytime someone's caught with that video, she is made aware of, hey, we found another predator who had it, and she has the option to sue for money. Now, I don't know how much, I don't know that anything past that, but I do know that was afforded to her because she's still alive. You know what I mean? She was 9 when those videos were made. She's in her 30s now.
You get caught with those videos, you should be automatically castrated.
Well, that's the thing. Well, yes, I agree
Guaranteed
with you.
100 lashes.
One of the things in the Philippines was they wanted, for Peter Sully with Daisy's Destruction, they wanted to do the death penalty on him. I mean, obviously he killed a child, but he just got life in prison. I don't know who his lawyer was and how he swung that, but he should have been executed on the spot.
OJ's lawyer.
Well,
Hey.
I don't think he would have taken that case.
Robert Kardashian.
Maybe.
I don't know
It's the
about
fame.
that. But yeah, the internet is
It's
the
a
dark
horrible.
web.
It can be a very horrible place.
It is a horrible place.
So-
Yeah, it is a horrible place.
Okay, so I
can't
think,
even say it can be. It
Sita,
is a
you have-
horrible place.
Sita, you have one more story,
I
right?
have 2 or 3 more things I could talk about.
All right, yeah, go for it.
I'll mellow it down a little bit, but
Oh, thank God for that.
What a
Like,
relief.
when you go from child molestation and murder, where can you go?
We're bringing it up to PG.
I'm bringing down from
We're not so
child.
far NC-17 right
What's
now.
worse than Triple X?
But anyways, I'll bring it down a little bit. You've heard of Red Rooms, Tony. I'm pretty sure other people
Yes.
here. I'm not sure, Dad. You heard of Red Rooms?
Red Room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not massage parlors.
Oh, well then no.
And it's not the thing that Christian Grey had either.
All right. So basically, for those who don't know, Red Rooms are live tortures.
Yes, they are.
You sounded too happy about that, Anthony.
I'm gonna let Cito take this. I have a train of thought, but let him go. He brought it up.
You just
So red rooms are
Shits are horrible.
people view this where it's life tortures. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat you. No, it's like you've seen videos of like we talked about videos of executions, right? It's same degree, ripping out fingernails, cutting off arms.
No, it's worse because it's live stream.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's worse. It's worse. I'm saying like it's the same level of like destruction towards the body. Waterboarding, you're hearing the person scream. You're
I'm gonna
hearing the
send you
person
50
cry.
coins, and when you take that rusty spoon and make
Yeah,
him one eye.
and that's the thing. It's all controlled by the people watching. People will pay for a specific thing,
yeah.
like a rusty spoon in like his left leg.
I'll be honest. Okay, that sounded good. Sorry.
I immediately was like,
I have
No.
participated.
It's like,
Yo.
No. I watched a show. Anthony, you know
Wrong
about
choice
the
of
show.
words.
Yes, very wrong choice. The show Lie to Me.
yes.
It had an episode that had to do with the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the Eli Roth movie Hostel is very similar in
Yeah.
that vein.
It was. If you haven't seen that show, it's a very good
Yeah,
show.
it was
It's
a
one of my
very good
favorite
show.
shows. But they it's if you watch that show, granted it was a network television, so it's completely dubbed down, but it's in the same vein. That one episode, the guy basically tortured somebody on a live stream, and they had to, basically find where he was, stuff like that. So.
Like every once in a while, you'll see like a news article of like a Twitch streamer kills himself on stream.
like those they have them on Facebook sometimes.
Yeah, there was one a few years ago where this chick streamed herself. She overdosed. She took one too many pills, but she did it on purpose, sleep pills, and she just laid down. And like people watched her like lie there, not knowing that she was dead for like her stream went on for hours.
Yeah.
But this is different.
This
This
is
is like,
way different.
see Jeff over there? He's strapped to the chair, and this car battery's strapped to his nuts. Send me 75 coins, and I'll crank it up to fucking high voltage. That's what they're doing to these motherfuckers.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that.
Like
that shit's
people.
I wouldn't have a
literally
problem if it was people like Daisy Destruction guy. Like, I'll pay 50 coins to watch one of his teeth get ripped out. That's awesome.
It's like Chatterbait Plus.
Exactly.
What? How is that a plus?
Not Chatterbait.
Sponsored by
Hold
My
on.
Free Cams.
Hold on.
God.
Why is it plus?
You know what?
Because you can't put torture on basic Chatterbait.
Okay.
Hey, I want you to stick your finger up your ass, and then I want you to rip out his fucking nostrils using fucking pliers.
Okay.
Do that for me. Here's
Okay,
75
okay.
coins.
Okay.
Too much for you?
See, did you have any more?
He's sweating.
I could have one more. So this last
Why are
one
your hands
is,
shaking?
This last one's probably on similar levels to Daisy Destruction, and it's called The Human Experiment. And I saw that, Joey. You're like, oh, here we go again. This doesn't deal with children, not that
that's a
I
plus.
know of,
Okay, never mind.
but The Human Experiment, and I don't know much about it. It's just stories I've heard, but it's it's basically human experiments. The most unethical things.
Like online? Are they doing this online?
Yes, it's online.
Think
And-
Joseph Mengele with a YouTube stream.
Yeah, and think about like a red room, but
How
like
many subscribers would he have?
Tonight, I have something special for you.
okay, that's enough from you.
No.
Enough? No. All right, so think about it kind of like, and sometimes from what I'm
Smash that like button and
Hey,
subscribe.
enough from you.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Hey, yo. This is nuts.
So from what I understand, it was either live stream or pre-recorded, and it would be like, for today's experiment, we're going to inject bleach into a human's blood system. Like the degree of that, like they will inject like an equal amount of what human blood is supposed to have in your body with bleach, and see what it does to a body. It's conducting these horrific experiments on people that should not have been done.
And this is all on the
Yes.
dark
Dark
web,
web.
deep whatever the fuck it is.
Now I can't confirm like if it's actually true or not, as I've just heard stories of it, and I don't want to look it up myself.
No, you don't look at that shit.
It's just the point being that the human experiments, it's similar to torture, but is not. I think it's scarier than like red room torture solely because of the fact that it's not like
People
they're
are
just
doing it in the name of science.
they're doing it in the name of science. Exactly.
Because we
It's-
need an answer.
Yeah, but I don't know what injecting the same amount of bleach into someone's blood system.
You're right. Like, okay, like I'm playing devil's advocate here. What the Nazis did?
What?
Listen, what Nazis did in the 40s to prisoners was horrific, and they deserve to be buried.
Yeah, this is just this with a video camera.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, actually,
it's-
pretty
They
much.
wanted to know. They had questions. They wanted to know if we did this, what would happen.
Yeah.
But they did it with the idea that we're going to learn something out of it. Not.
I want to fucking throw something at
I'm
you
not
right now.
saying this is okay. What I'm saying is
He's
they-
looking on the side of science right now.
No, no,
That's
no,
exactly
no.
what he said.
Listen to me. When they said, let's torture these twins to see what happens from one twin to another, they had a question. Now, obviously, anyone with a fucking brain cell is going to go, nothing. They're two different people. If you kill one, it's not going to affect the other one. But they wanted to know that answer. They did things to humans that are completely unethical and immoral to figure out those answers to those questions. And some of those questions were absolutely
Give me
wrong
that.
to
I'll
ask in
score
the first
Jets a winning
place.
touchdown.
That said, Cito's right. We know what's going to happen when you put someone's blood, bleach in someone's blood. There's nothing to figure out from that experiment. However, if you put someone through an experiment that you legit don't have an answer for, that maybe something might come out. I'm not saying there's a reason to do it, but like, there's precedence there. It's human experimentation at its worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought about the same thing when he brought up
Okay.
the human experiments.
Well, I think we're going to go to our fucking break. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and end this episode. I do have just 2 short little stories.
I have a few, not stories. I'm just going to read off the titles and then explain what's behind them. There's only about 5 or 6.
Okay,
Remember to hit that bell and subscribe.
I have
Turn off
two
this mic.
2 little stories. Dad has a couple things, and we'll come back. And I do want to talk about our live stream. What's going to happen with our live stream at the end of the month? All right, so we'll be right back with more dark web stories. And welcome back, everybody. Now we're finally getting to our last part. So I have 2 stories, which probably are the creepiest stories I have ever read from the dark web. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Surprises are often in store, and so the vendors with senses of humor. As it's showcased with this story, Silk Road, circa 2013, purchased what promised as a mind-blowing experience.
That was a bomb, wasn't it?
He received a dustbuster 2 days later.
What?
That was so anticlimactic.
Not
I
a
was
dustbuster.
I was
I
expecting
mean, that is a useful
legitimate.
gift.
I
And
was
then,
expecting a
then-
legitimate bomb.
one of the most terrifying things that this man has created an entire store, like a whole website dedicated just to selling this. There's one guy on the dark web, the deep dark web, people.
Mm-hmm.
He's just selling pretzels.
There better be some good fucking pretzels.
And I'm not talking about like human pretzels, like literally just pretzels.
You can't get them anywhere else.
I stole the Auntie Anne's secret recipe.
Sure, it's
Whoa.
not like code name for something. Like you order a pretzel, you get like 5 pounds of cocaine.
Is cocaine
Yo,
mixed?
he's not wrong.
Is
He's not wrong.
cocaine
That
mixed
could-
into
that's
the
not wrong.
pretzel or
That-
something?
Yeah.
That could just be cryptic.
It's just a
talk.
front.
They're
Yeah,
saying
it's
they're
a front.
saying
Cryptic
it's
talk.
just pretzels.
And
It's
they're not even like homemade fresh. They're like this.
ready for this?
The
Damn
bag
it.
of Snyder's.
I have to
Oh
do.
no, it's like the same.
Fuck.
It's the same how like
Eric.
Epstein and then we're talking about like hot
You
dogs
want a
and
soft
shit.
bake, you get a little heroin on
Eric,
top.
are you guys ready for this?
I
fuck.
guess I am.
Yeah.
The man who was selling these pretzels, Anthony,
Go on.
he was German.
But of course he was. You don't go to Philadelphia to get a pretzel. You go right to the source. You want my pretzels? You go right to me. I sell them on the deep web, the dark web, the only web. These are authentic from the Deutschland.
So, I don't know.
We ship from. We ship from
when did
Argentina.
This happen?
This was around 2013.
I
So
want to
apparently,
sell some pretzels on the Silk Road.
apparently,
make a killing.
2013.
this is the same German guy apparently that was selling the German sea pope. Remember?
And all of a sudden it took off, and he was looking at his bank account. He was like, "Well, struck my schnitzel. I'm making one killing.
All right, Dad.
I'm never putting these in food town.
I'm trying to figure out why pretzels are sold on the deep web. I can't find anything.
We just
I'm so confused.
I'm telling you, it has to be code name for something, man.
has
It's
to.
not
fucking
pretzels.
Cito's having a heart attack.
How
Like,
much
there's
is one
a
of
deeper
those
meaning
pretzels?
somewhere.
$10,000?
How much? Yeah. How
It
much
doesn't
are the
even look like a
pretzels? How much
soft
are the
pretzel.
pretzels?
It looks like
doesn't
it's something you buy at the store in a bag.
It doesn't tell you a price.
What's the
don't worry.
website? Does it tell you?
We take Bitcoin.
I'm about to go to the Silk Road right now.
We take all sorts of cryptocurrency.
Dad, do you have little things you want to say?
He needs a moment. He needs a moment.
Yeah.
We also serve ground mustard too.
Okay, for the rest of this fucking episode, Anthony, shut the fuck up.
I'm taking his mic
Please.
off.
You won't. I understand.
Okay, as fucked up as this whole night has been, and it's been fucked up at times,
Yeah, pretzels are really messed up.
these things are really, really crazy. I mean, you can get a cannibal tutorial on how to become a cannibal.
Oh, just
And
watch Jeffrey
people are
Dahmer's
subscribing to this shit. All right? Another one, well, personal information exposed.
Cannibalism's on the rise.
Well, the medical experiments, I think Joey brought that up. Okay? This one is a little creepy for me. It's coffin viewing. Okay?
Yes.
They actually have, this is fairly self-explanatory. The website hosts a vast variety of photos of people in coffins.
Oh,
You
I
gotta
thought it was
question
like you
yourself,
go
where
like
the fuck
preview
do you
your own
get them?
coffin.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
so
I thought someone actually set up a camera and was just staring at a coffin. The
Well, no,
entire
most of
time.
them are like dead people. Like, no, I mean, of course they're all dead. I mean, most of them are like dead celebrities. Like people like I know like there's one of Elvis. This is a very rare photograph of him lying in his coffin. Another one that existed. They thought it was lost to time, and they found it. Was Abraham Lincoln. There is a photo of Lincoln lying in state in a coffin that someone snuck in and took two photos of. One of them has been destroyed or lost to history. The other one just recently surfaced, and they're trying to
is there one of the
authenticate it.
Queen?
Huh?
Is there one of the Queen?
No, she melted back into the Geico lizard, so they didn't want to
Oh,
expose that.
okay.
They just kept the lid shut.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Another one.
Geico.
There's another thing on the deep web here. It's called Sad Satan. It's a game, and you go into different rooms and everything else. And
Puzzle games. I forgot.
eerie music.
Yes.
Right, go change your pants.
It's
No,
very,
no.
very strange.
There's a lot of games on these. There's websites that are just games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like click
Puzzles.
here, type, and some people still are trying to figure out the puzzle, the end game. They can't figure it out. Sometimes it's like you answer a benign question, and then like it gives you real world coordinates. So you have to figure out what the fuck does that have to do with the. And it's literally like room after room after room, or page after page after page. And there's some pages like we still don't know who made this game and what the purpose of this game is.
Maybe
I
it's
have-
just a game.
I have another
Fucked
one
up.
here. Now this
one
one,
ended with just
this one
the end.
is basically made for the dark web. Demon hunting. Like, you get a little kit. They show you how to summon demons, and
Fuck
people are
that.
buying
show
this
you.
shit to try to fucking
Fuck
figure
that.
out how to fucking summon demons. They give you,
Fuck that.
they include a Ouija board, different tools to begin
Sounds like the IKEA.
How to summon
summoning
Satan
ceremony.
101.
As Anthony said before, you can hire a hitman.
Summoning.
And
Satan
here's
for
one that
dummies.
is just, I don't know.
How to summon
Summon
Satan for
Satan,
dummies.
sponsored
There's
by
two-
IKEA.
Straight hotline to Lucifer himself.
I'm gonna give you this one. Where it's a hacked webcams. People
Yeah.
get into
Yeah.
different thing, and they're like looking at different things. They're actually dropping music in.
Yep.
If, you know, to these webcams.
Yeah,
and
there's a
parents are
short
going
story
apeshit.
where there was one story where someone hacked a baby monitor,
Yeah.
and the baby was crying, and someone had hacked into the monitor. So the woman was in the room trying to soothe the baby, and the guy went on the monitor, and you could monitors. It was one of those two-way ones. So someone like managed to hack into him and shut your fucking kid up. See, it's terrible. Obviously,
It
you're
is.
hacking into it.
Hey, someone's got to tell her.
But that is like
But you're-
that is funny as hell to me.
Yeah.
It's
Actually-
like you're petrifying the fuck out of this poor person.
Someone did that up in Upper Saddle River. There was a traffic cam that they hacked into. The guy was arrested 3 times. You can look this up. He hacked into it 3 times to prove that he could, and he got caught 3 times. But he was doing it to prove a point to the police. He's like, if I can fucking do it, then anybody can do it. Fix this shit. And they would catch him, and then he would pay his fine, and they would fucking do it again. Like, look, I did it again. I'll fucking do it again, assholes. Fix your shit.
That's actually a real world job, by the way, for those who are wondering.
They pay people to hack into their.
So it's like cybersecurity shit.
Yeah.
You know, everyone makes fun of me for this, but I have, like, my laptop has the built-in webcam. I keep a piece of tape over that webcam.
Yeah,
Because
no.
no one's
You
gonna
do
hack in
that.
to see my fat ass. If you do, you're just gonna see like a mountain of sadness and a very small dick.
I do
But
too. In my
just-
truck, I keep my my camera covered in my work truck.
I used to do
It's
black
always
electrical
covered.
tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Black electrical tape.
I
was always my
can't
go-to.
do that solely because of the fact I have Zoom classes in the morning on Tuesday.
So that's fine, but I'm like, you can put the tape back. Like, I'm gonna spank my monkey now. No one can watch this.
Oh, they have those little
one's
sticky
vlogging
things
into
where you put and it's like a slide, and you
Yeah,
could
I've had those.
they
No,
actually
no
make
one's
those.
vlogging into.
Someone's gonna blackmail me like, we have you masturbate. I'm like, I put that up myself. Like, come on, next.
Oh my god.
You can view my channel.
Anyway.
Smash that subscribe button.
I got one more, and this is to me got to be the sickest fucking demented shit that.
Really? After all the shit we talked
yeah,
about tonight?
and I'll tell you why. You got people that are sentenced to death in this country, and they get to say their last words. Those words are recorded.
Always.
Okay, there's a website out there that you can pick and choose whatever your favorite murderer was, or wherever and you can view his last words.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I have a
What
question.
about the
What's
video?
so-
how are
yeah,
you
like,
deriving
what's-
pleasure from that?
I don't
on,
think
hold on.
it's not pleasure. It's morbid curiosity. There's a trend right now.
Or research.
Yeah, what?
Research. There's a trend right now that it's interesting as hell for me, but there are many websites that all do these articles, and it's like BuzzFeed and shit like that. They're not like horrible websites, but it's the last meals of death row inmates,
Yeah.
and they reconstruct. Like, there's a guy on YouTube. He's like, this is this serial killer. He killed this many people. He was executed on this day. For his last
Are you
meal,
talking
he
about
had
Mythical
this.
Kitchen?
And then he'll go and cook that last meal.
Are you talking about Mythical Kitchen?
I might be Mythical Kitchen who did it. Like, they'll cook that last meal. Like, look, this is the last thing he ate. It was a good choice. Like, they do that shit. It's morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, watching an execution is where I draw the line, but to hear someone's last words, that's
Yeah,
where-
that, I don't. To
I
me,
don't have a problem with
That,
Yeah,
don't,
that doesn't
seem
seem-
as bad, especially if
it
you
doesn't
think
seem
about
as bad as child molestation
yeah,
or the human sex doll.
or injecting bleach and stuff.
Yeah, it was
I
over
think
the top.
I could see it as a
I think those two were
a
just
social, like psychology, like those last words, like anyone's last words could say a lot about a person.
Yeah, in 1966, James French was executed. He was a serial killer, and he was electrocuted as his form of execution. He rode the lightning, and his last words were, "Hey, how's this for a fucking headline? French fries." That was it. Like, I would have reduced the sentence. I'm like, you know what? Get back in yourself for that one. You can't come out for fucking yard exercise,
it's
but you'll
just-
be able to live in the
It's
cell
like
for the
right
rest of
before
your
they
life.
right before they pull the switch, you just hear, wait, wait.
But the execution's got his hand on the switch, like, oh, that was a good one. And everyone's laughing, and then he just goes,
Straight out of a 80s sitcom.
All right. So,
yep.
as far as these
It-
dark web mysteries,
It is real.
These are real. I don't think anybody's
Well,
questioning.
you know
I-
what? You-
well,
you
I-
can't- you
Most
can't
of the
say-
stuff I think we talked about is real. Like I said, I
There are
can't.
some debatable ones, like we don't want to actually go look
Yeah,
ourselves.
I
Yeah.
can't say
And
how.
I don't want you people out there that are watching and listening to go out and look for these things either.
Yeah.
It
all
will
just
mentally
informational
traumatize
Yeah, I
Tell
you.
us
can't. I can't
don't
verify
recommend
the Nugget
And-
Doctor, but like,
And whoever's out there, if you are in the dark
What?
web,
The Nugget Doctor?
he turned these fucking
Yo,
people.
tell
into
me how I
nuggets.
said the same thing, but I thought it was too fucked up to say
yeah,
when he was bringing
okay,
it up.
Okay. So if anybody out there is also listening to us that is doing this shit, we don't want to know you.
Yeah, seriously, we're sorry if we offended you.
Please.
Like nothing at all. That we were not trying to out you or anything like that. These are just I don't want to
You
use the
do
word
you, buddy.
interesting because it's not interesting.
There's some asshole who's just shining his pistol like, you know what? He did say he was sorry.
Okay, so take
So-
You
the
can find us!
Some guy out there just canceled a hitman order. I know
It's like
it.
Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison. He just leaning back with the fucking lipstick like, he did apologize.
So we're gonna go into a lighter note to end this episode.
Don't hurt me.
We are doing a live stream Sunday, October 30th on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Green Hour Media on YouTube. Most of us will hopefully be here,
And we'll be in costume.
and we'll be in costume, and we'll be raffling off surprises during that live stream. Every little half an hour, 45 minutes, we'll be raffling off a prize. So just, go watch our YouTube and our TikTok, Green Hour, Is This Real PC?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And you'll find more information about what we're talking about in these prizes for that live stream. But does anybody else have anything can we put this fucking episode to bed?
Please don't hurt us.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm going to need some sleeping medicine to get to sleep tonight. I swear.
I
I
apologize.
So I'm guessing everyone's final thoughts is that we're all disturbed in some form or
Oh,
fashion.
No. I mean, I am. But, like, no, that's not my fault. My thought is, please don't hurt me. I'm much too young and fragile.
He's too
the Pope.
young, please.
I'm a the Pope. The
It's-
Pope
it
needs
is-
to be around.
it is very disturbing. It is. I do
is.
gotta say.
It's very uncomfortable to talk about the dark side of human nature.
Can we
where-
just do this whole video with, like, the edit, like, the fuzz over our faces, like Japanese porn?
We've already.
Fuzz all of our faces and all of our
Fuzz.
voices distorted. We're all talking like
we
this.
already threw our faces out there, bro. We're
Yeah.
fucked.
Even though, like, it's gonna go
Did you
on
ever,
our
hold on,
page.
did you ever see that was some news thing? The woman they were interviewing, the woman that she did not want to be viewed on camera, so they distorted her face, and then they cut back, and the camera shifts over, and the woman's standing just right there. They forgot to distort her face because now the anchor was talking. It really happened.
Okay.
Like, way to
So-
go, assholes!
So what we'll do now is like I said, go to our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, go to our TikTok, subscribe to our TikTok, not subscribe.
No, hit
Follow.
if you're on our
Yeah.
TikTok and we come up on your FYP, hit that plus button. We appreciate it.
Yeah, add, like, subscribe.
Engage with us.
Yeah, engage. We want to talk to you people. We want to hear your creepy stories if you have any.
Oh, yeah. If
Um,
you guys have stories of the dark web, I'd be open to respond to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those sound.
But if you have been watching us and you have been watching on our YouTube page, you see, not YouTube, sorry, our TikTok, you see we do respond. Anthony, or Pope Tony, he really does to go into it and respond to everybody.
Absolutely.
So this episode's put to bed. Week 2 of Halloween week, or Halloween month, is in the books, everyone. So
I
we
have one thing to say, right, real quick. If you have any dark web stories of your own, our email is right on our TikTok. isthisrealpc@gmail.com. Send us that email, and we'll read it live, maybe the night of Halloween. If you can email us,
Hey, you know what?
some viewer
You know what it
stories,
is?
we will read your stories on our live.
Yeah, it's not even just dark web stories. It's
Anything creepy.
creepy stories, Halloween stories, ghost stories,
Shit.
anything like that.
Alien
we'll read
stories.
it live, and you might just get a heads up. In
We're
the,
not doctors. Don't send us anything about you were molested as a child. We can't help you there. But if you have a ghost story,
Wow.
Well, maybe in a couple years when I graduate, I'm going for my degree in psychology. So
Okay.
Hey.
yeah, he could help you if you're
in a couple
Okay.
years' time,
So,
I'm
so
doing good.
A lot of years.
that
you
might, if you do engage with us, that might help persuade us in picking your name out. Who knows? I'm fucking with you.
You
So
can't look at your uncle in the eye over Thanksgiving.
Anthony,
Besito.
Anthony,
All right, I'll stop.
not yet.
everyone, say goodnight.
Good night,
Night,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Buenos
Yeah,
noches.
Next week, what are we talking about next week?
Is next week the ghosts of the clowns of 2016?
No, that's in 2 weeks, I believe.
No, the next week is Waverly.
Yes, next week we were talking about Waverly Hills
Or I could just
Sanatorium.
double check real quick, but you know.
It's like Arcina could just fucking look it up.
Yeah, you know, I'm
It's
just
not
double-
loading,
It's
so-
not loading, so just get.
Yes, I believe next week we're talking about Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
It's one or the other.
You'll figure it out.
No, I know, because the 2016 Clowns was before we did our trip episode.
Oh, hey, look what loaded.
Yes.
We have
So
Waverly
it's
Hills.
Waverly Hills next week, and then the 2016 Clown cases, whatever hell you want to call them.
Yep. And then on
Four.
the 30th, it'll be our haunted New Jersey road trip.
and our live stream. So
And
we're dropping an episode and the live stream on the same night. Big night for Is This Real?
The
Yeah,
live
you
stream
guys-
does not count as a
when
Halloween
you guys do
episode,
this,
right? It just counts as an episode, it's just a live stream.
this
Then after that, we have 3 episodes to our 100th episode.
where are you guys going? I mean,
Well, let's talk about that off air. I don't want to give it away now.
We're not
Yes.
going to give any spoilers.
So everyone, again, say goodnight.
Adios,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
again.
And we'll see everyone next week. Remember, guys, question everything. Good night, guys.
Except this, don't look this up. Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc, or on Twitter at isthisrealpc, or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.